Welcome back, guys. This is Mr. David. Today we're going to continue factoring polynomials. Last time we factored polynomials using the GCF method, the greatest common factor. And we also factor polynomials of the form of the difference of two squares. Okay. Today we're going to be using the X method, also known as the diamond, to solve trinomials. Okay. Trinomials, if you guys remember, last week it was something like this: ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay. Trinomial have three terms: 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we're going to be able to factor those things today using the X method. For these trinomials, we got to make sure a, the coefficient of the x squared is not 0. It cannot be 0. Because remember, if this is 0, that means this whole x squared disappears. And we're not going to have a trinomial. So we got to make sure it's not 0. Okay? All right. So in the X method, or the diamond method, we quickly identify A and C. We multiply these two numbers and we put them right here on top. A times C. This right here, B, goes at the bottom. B for the bottom. Goes at the bottom. B for bottom. Okay? Goes at the bottom of your X. Now what do? We gotta find two numbers, x1 and x2. x1 and x2, so that when we add them up or when we subtract them, it gives us b, x1 plus x2, or when we subtract. Okay, so when we add them up, it gives us b, or when we subtract them, it gives us b. But at the same time, it also have to multiply to give us what is on top. Okay, so x1 times x2 have to be AC. x1 times x2. So we want to find two numbers with these two conditions. When you add them up, you get B. When you multiply them, you get AC on top. Okay, those two conditions are really important, guys. Once we identify the two numbers, then we divide them by the coefficient of the x squared, A. We divide them by A. Okay? We divide those two numbers by A. And then our answer goes right there. Our answer becomes x, which is the variable, plus x1 over A, parentheses, x, plus x2 over A. Now, we got to make sure that these two fractions, this right here, we got to make sure to reduce them. Okay? It will make more sense once we do a few examples. Okay? So let's try to do an example so this could make more sense. Example 1. Example 1. Factor 2x squared plus 7x plus 3. Okay, we want to factor this one. Put the chair. So right away we could see our A is 2, our C is 3. Okay, we identify those two numbers quickly. 2 times 3. 2 times 3 goes on top. Right? 2 times 3 is 6. Goes here. Okay. Now we say B. B is the one in the middle with the X. It goes at the bottom. So B goes here. 7. Okay. Now we want to find two numbers, x1 and x2. Two numbers. So that when we multiply, it gives us 6. And when we add them up or subtract, it gives us 7. So I'm thinking 6. So what times what is 6? We have two possibilities. We have 2 times 3 is 6. Or 2 plus 3 is not 6. Is not 7. Okay. What else? We have 1 times 6 1 times 6 is 6. 1 plus 6 is 7. So that works. So the number is this, 1 and 6. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 plus 6 is 7. Okay, so we found our two numbers. So we don't need 2 and 3. Okay, then we divide by A. Okay? Once we identify the two numbers, we divide by A. What is A here? 2. Okay, so we divide by 2. Okay. Then we write our answer like this. Parentheses, x plus x1 over A. So 1 over 2. Parentheses, x plus x2 over A. So x2 over A is 6 over 2. Almost forgot. Here, like I said, we have to reduce the fraction. So 6 over 2 is 3 over 1. Okay, so we got to reduce the fraction every time. Okay, so that gives us 3 over 1. Okay, now we get one more step. This number that is at the bottom, guys, the denominator, you just bring it to the front. Okay, and you're done. Okay? So we're gonna shift the bottom to right here. So it gives us 2x plus 1. See, it's no longer at the bottom, it's gone. Boom. We do the same thing here. 1 times x is x plus 3. And this, my friends, is your answer. So we make sure in the diamond method, we make sure there's no fraction. Okay? So we move the denominator to the front, and that'll be our answer. Okay? All right, let's try to see if we could do another example. Example 2. We're going to factor 6x squared minus x minus 15. It's a big number. 6x squared minus x minus 15. All right. What is our A? Our A is 6. Our C is negative 15. Okay, so be careful with the negative sign. Okay? So 6 times negative 15. It looks like 90, right? 6 times 5, 30. Yeah, so negative 90. Negative 90. So let's not forget the negative, okay? A is 6, C is negative 15. B is right here. What number is in front of x? It's a negative 1. See, there's an invisible 1 there. So negative 1. So negative 1 goes here. Now we want to find our two magical numbers, x1 and x2. So that when we multiply, it gives us negative 90. But when we add or subtract, it gives us negative 1. Okay? So if this is negative, that means the two numbers, one of them is negative, and they gotta be probably the biggest number. Okay? All right? So we want to find two numbers. We know one of them is negative because positive times negative is negative. Okay? So what times what gave us 90? 9 and 10. Right? 9 times 10 works. Okay? We know it's negative 10 because 9 minus 10 is negative 1. Okay? So it's not positive 10 and negative 9. It's negative 10 because we have negative 1 here. 9 minus 10 is negative 1. Okay? Now, we're going to divide these two numbers by A. A, what is A? A is 6. 6. We got our two fractions. Let's not forget to reduce the fraction. Okay? So let's reduce these fractions. So that gives us, if I divide by 2, that'll be negative 5 over 3. Okay? Here we could reduce, they're both multiple of 3. So divide by 3, it gives us 3. Divide by 3, it gives us 2. Okay? So Now that the fractions are reduced, here's our answer. Right? We're going to open up the parentheses. X plus 3 over 2. X minus 5 over 3. Okay. Now we don't want to leave the fraction like that, right? We want to move the denominator to the front. Move it to the front. Okay. So your answer is now 2x plus 3 and 3x minus 5. And again, we got our answer and there's no fraction. So basically, guys, this is our diamond method of solving. Okay, so this is a shortcut. Next time we will do the same thing using a different technique called the generic rectangle. Okay, but this is fast. Okay. So now you know your multiplication. Do your x. On top of the x, you multiply a and c. Right on top. At the bottom, you put b for bottom. Then you find your two magical numbers, x1 and x2. So that when you multiply, it gives you what is on top. When you add or subtract, it gives you the bottom. Once you find those two, the rest is easy. Okay? If you get lost, if it's too fast, just rewind, go slow at your own pace, and get it. Okay? Play this over and over until you get it. Okay? We need this to move ahead. So make sure you practice. Factoring is really important. You want to be able to master this. Okay? I know you can do it. See you on the next lesson.